car. Caution lights out. Coming out of turn number 4. Green flag in the air, and we're underway. As the field enters down into turn number 1, they're basically the same as they started, but Roland now has the advantage coming off turn 2 down the back straightaway. But Dominic fights back coming off turn 4. His caution's out on the Speedway for Jim Place, the driver out of Clayton, North Carolina. A spin off turn number 2, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it was a single car incident as they came back to the start-finish line. The caution came out. So we're going to light them up again. Again, double file restarts here. And coming back out. And as they come to the green flag, we're back underway as Will Rowland now grabs the advantage entering turn number 1 as they're single file down the back straightaway for first and second. It's a battle for third as they enter turn number 3 side by side as CW on the inside, Simpkins on the outside. And going down into turn number 1 and off 2, it's Rowland shown away by a car and a length over Dominic Jr. Then it's CW now with the advantage over Simpkins in that Rebel 13. Get a 30-lap main event here, and the field is pretty much single file now on lap 3 of 30. Again, down pit lane is Jim Place right now, and the number 16 Chevrolet. Will Rowland continuing to show the way over Frankie Dominic Jr. CW and Simpkins battling out for third, further back in the pack, but all eyes are up front right now, as it is your race leader out of Deep River, North Carolina. Will Rowland, Frankie Dominic Jr. out of Knightdale, the 51 of CW, and the 13 of Curtis Simpkins rounding out the field. Again, you see some bottoming out of the 44 Chevrolet as Will Rowland entering turn number 1. He has been known to be a bit heavy on the brakes, and I may be bottoming out the car as he goes down into turn number 1. This time he was a little bit lighter on the brakes, no sparks this time. But Frankie Dominic Jr. trying every way he can to catch that 44 car, but unable to do so. As the 44 continues to pull away, but again, it's still a battle for third between the 51 of CW and the 13 of Simpkins. Coming off turn number 4 to complete lap 8 of 30. It is Will Rowland, Frankie Dominic Jr., CW, and Curtis Simpkins. That's the way they've been running now, caution-free since that first lap spin by Jim Place in a number 16 Chevrolet, the driver out of Clayton. That Jim currently sitting in pit lane and has now gone a number of laps down. Right now down the back straightaway, it's really the battle for third place that everybody's watching as again you see sparks out from Will Rowland in the 44 Chevrolet entering turn number 1. Again, laps continue to wind down here as the front two are pretty much running steady lap times right now. Neither one's gaining an advantage or losing an advantage right now. But it's a battle for third and fourth place side by side going into turn number 3. And it's Curtis Simpkins now taking it over from CW. And now we have a new third place runner as Will Rowland continues to show the way. Next time by, it'll be halfway, 15 laps down with 15 laps left remaining. Cross flags getting ready to be waved by Felix up on the flag stand here on this Friday evening. A gorgeous night of racing here at Wake County Speedway. Well, ever since that one lap caution that we had on the first lap, Will Rowland has led entering turn number 1 at the drop of the green flag. We've been caution free ever since. Well, Frankie Dominic Jr. beginning to close in a little bit on the 44 car right now as the driver out of Knightdale, the Dominator we became known as here in 2010 at Wake County Speedway in the Limited Late Models Series, now has competition ahead of him, and that of Will Rowland, as Will now continues to show the way, but that number 3 Chevrolet beginning to reel in that 44, and it's not going to be a cakewalk for Will Rowland as the laps continue to wind down here at Wake County Speedway. Next time by, they'll have 11 laps left remaining, and it's still Will Rowland, but now less than 5 car lengths separate the top 2. I mentioned earlier how heavy Will Rowland uses the brakes. Could his brakes be going bad, or his tires be giving up? Or was Frankie Dominic Jr. just saving his stuff for the end of the race? 10 laps left remaining now, and it's going to be a battle for the lead before the checkered flag falls as the number 3 out of Knightdale, North Carolina, wheels in the driver out of Deep River of Will Rowland. Your third and fourth place battle right now pretty much have calmed itself down right now, as it is Curtis Simpkins in third, CW in fourth. But right now all eyes are up front, as it is the 44, that of Will Rowland. But he's getting a rear view mirror of the 3-car caution light out on the Speedway, ladies and gentlemen, as Curtis Simpkins, the Rebel Yeller of the 13, sporting the Rebel flag, puts it into the wall off turn number 4. Now he was able to continue there after the spin, but heavy right rear damage to that Chevrolet, the number 13 car, as Curtis makes his way around the Speedway right now. 23 laps down, 7 laps left remaining of this 30-lap main event here on this Friday evening, the 20th day of August, 2010, here at Wake County.
Ready for the restart. It's going to be the front row, door to door. It's going to be Will Rowland back on the restart. He bumps fenders with Frankie Dominic. Dominic goes up high. Rowland will make the spot on the inside. He'll pull away about 2 car lengths as they go back into turn 1. Rowland going to take the point. He'll go a car length out of 4 as they'll come to the stripe with 6 laps to go. Back into turn number 1. It's still going to be Will Rowland out in front. Frankie Dominic in the number 2 spot as Curtis Simpkins sits in third. Corey Walker in the number 4 position. Here comes the battle for the lead one more time out of 4 as Frankie Dominic going to try it one more time to wheel in Will Rowland. Not going to get him as they'll try it out of the second corner. Rowland trying to figure it out. Dominic got loose out of the exit of the corner. So did Curtis Simpkins in the 3rd spot in the 13 ride. Nonetheless, the field comes out of 4. It'll be 4 laps to go now. Back into turn 1. Will Rowland still out in front. Frankie Dominic still loosey-goosey off the second corner. Down the back stretch off of the corner into turn 3. Out of the turn 4 in the tight quarter-mile boring Wake County Speedway. Still going to be Will Rowland out in front. Here comes Frankie Dominic, ready to put on the charge in the late rally with 3 laps to go. Now make it 2.5. It'll be 2 laps to go this time by. Dominic on the inside, Rowland on the outside. Now they're single file as they'll go back into turn 1, still single file, into the corner, exiting out of 2. Rowland now going to go up high. Here comes Dominic. He'll follow the same shadow movement. Dominic now makes a move on the inside. He closes in on Rowland. Couldn't get to him. White flag in the air. 1 more lap to go. Rowland back into turn 1. Half a car length to the Frankie Dominic out of the second corner. Down the back straightaway. Rowland still holding on. Last chance saloon in the final corner. Frankie Dominic up high. Couldn't get him. Will Rowland across the line, and he'll win. Will Rowland in car 44 will go 1. Frankie Dominic will go 2. 3rd spot's going to be Curtis Simpkins with a damaged right rear fender, and the 51 of Corey Walker, the rundown finish. Again, this is Lightnin Fast Adventures here at the Wake County Speedway, the quarter-mile bull ring in Raleigh, North Carolina. Again, Wesley and Marcus on site covering the action. Some of the announcers you've heard was Wesley Cogdale, is, of course, the official track announcer of the Wake County Speedway, Mr. Phil Campbell out of Wake Forest, North Carolina. And there's the celebration again. Number 44, Will Rowland, putting that car in victory lane in the Harper's Graphics Limited Late Models here at the Wake County Speedway. Frankie Dominic now coming off the scales. He did everything he could to throw the kitchen sink at Rowland, but it wasn't enough. Rowland, your winner in the Limited Late Models at Wake County Speedway.